Hello, and welcome everyone to this first video on CISSP. In this video, we're going to look at the nature and characteristic of CISSP certification. So this is the video not for deep diving into the content, but to understand at the surface level what CISSP entails. This information is useful for you to prepare yourself better and equip yourself with the skills that is required to pass this certification. CISSP by nature is a mile wide and inch deep kind of certification. What does it mean? It means that you're gonna learn a lot of things, but you're not gonna learn very deep of many of those things. For example, you will learn about cryptography. You will learn about asymmetric and symmetric cryptography. You will learn about the key management, the underlying protocols, but you will not learn about the Feistel network, the gate operation, which is underlying many of the algorithmic protocols. It is important to understand that CISSP is a globally recognized certification, so it is industry agnostic. It is ideal for IT professionals, but also for the non-IT professional. It covers people, process, and technology aspects of cybersecurity. It too covers wide range of topics. Therefore, comprehensive understanding of those topics is very much at the heart of passing CISSP. Passing CISSP signifies a commitment and understanding towards improving the cybersecurity measures in whichever industry or field that you are working on. And it is often a basic requirement for you to have to achieve the position of information security management or towards a leadership position in the field of risk and security. CISSP is consist of 8 domains, and these are security and risk management, asset security, security architecture and engineering, communication and network security, identity and access management, security assessment and testing, security operations and software development security. Each domain has certain weightage in the overall course, but each domain is important for you to understand and therefore to pass the certification. Mastery of each domain is essential, and continuous learning is something which is required in all this domain to remain updated with the current trends in that particular domain. CISSP consists of 100 to 150 questions with a maximum time limit of 180 minutes. Even if you take a break in between, your clock doesn't stop and the time continues to be counted. Questions are designed not only to test your knowledge but also the practical application. Areas covered are not just technical but also legal and regulatory. That's why I said people, process, and technology aspects are covered in this certification. The exam is adaptive in nature, which means depending on how you performed on the previous question, the difficulty level of your follow-up question will be determined. Passing CISSP requires a set of analytical capabilities and to have that analytical skill. So rote memorization and an absolute mugging up is not beneficial. There were some changes last year. You can look at those changes at CISSP website. It's my humble suggestion that before you start preparing for this exam, always look at CISSP website for the latest information. It may so happen that by the time you appear for the exam, the information which is relevant today, as I'm talking about it, may not remain relevant. So ISC Square website is an absolute go-to place for you when you start preparing for this certification. Links, both at the ISC Square website, but also outside of it, which carries loads of information about the resources, the books, the test banks, the other non-exam related resources that you need to have and you need to look before you attempt the exam. So my again humble suggestion, please do look at those links and prepare yourself with the vast amount of knowledge, with the vast amount of material that you may have to cover in this certification. There are various steps that you have to follow after passing the exam to be actually certified as ISC Square CISSP member. One of those steps after successfully passing the exam is to get endorsed by an active current member of ISC Square, and also to show your credential in terms of your education, academic, and professional background for you to get a certified membership. All this process are well defined in ISC Square, so you do not have to look any other place. So please look at the website. It's imperative to understand that CISSP is more of a marathon than a short sprint. Therefore, you need to have a very clear strategy while attempting this exam. Focus on understanding the key concept. So please do not memorize, understand the concept. Utilize the material from ISC Square or other certified places to supplement your knowledge. Develop a consistent, steady plan. This is to avoid last minute rush. This is to avoid memorizing things, which will ultimately not be very beneficial. Do attempt a lot of scenario based question because, as I said, analytical skill is one of the core components of this exam, which will be tested, and scenario based questions are basically applying your knowledge, your analytical skill to a given scenario. While attempting the questions, be very vigilant towards some of the words that are mentioned in the question. Those words are not leading you towards an answer, but those words are very important for you to pay attention to when you actually answer that question. It is the endeavor of ISC Square that anything which put human life, value of the property, or anything of valuable to a human being in danger is not the right option. No matter how much it occurs to you, it's the correct option for the question being asked. So please pay great attention to this point. What helps in strategizing this exam is to create memory maps, which will help you to connect the dots because there is a lot of content that you have to go through. Focus on strengthening your weak areas. It could be a case that one of the areas for you is very easy, but rest not. So balance it out. Again, avoid memorizing questions. That will not help. Adopt to the analytic based scoring, which means pay attention to the question that you are attempting because your follow-up question may be based on the right and the wrong answer that you may give on your current question. Well, it's a time bound. So practice it is a time bound exercise. It's a comprehensive journey. So regardless of how much time you take, make it a proper attempt. Engage with the community, engage with your colleagues, engage with your friends who are preparing for this. They can help you a lot. And remain informed with the current trends and updates by looking outside the ISA Square various sources. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. Stay safe and keep learning.